Tengu. Sorry about that. Freaking, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but we just upgraded the internet. It said your unlimited plan is run out. Oh. If I were a litigious person, I'd sue for something like that. Oh, my unlimited is run out? Oh, no more unlimited? Interesting. Interesting. What's this? What's this item? Anyway, I was in the... It's fine that it ended. Because I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I felt bad being racist. I don't even really want to be racist. I mean, if I watch a couple videos of black youths kicking somebody's head in a group, I don't know, it's pretty interesting, you know? It's pretty interesting when you have this black guy being like, black people will be orthodox. We will get out from under the yoke of white supremacy, and then cut to a bunch of black people kicking a white woman's head in while she's on the ground, sucker punching a white woman and then stomping her head. You're like, could you be more retarded? Could you be more of a retarded race of people? Imagine sitting around terrorizing everybody and claiming victimhood. It's like, yo, could you be any closer to Jewish? Y'all are Jewish trained. Black people are straight up Jewish trained. The black cries out in pain as he strikes you. F black people, yo. I don't give a crap. F black people, yo. The black cries out in pain as he strikes you. This is a Jewsburg show. If you're not a Jewsburg or Jewsburg adjacent, or you do not support Jewsburging, see your way out. It's a Auschwitz. It's an Auschwitz Bolsheviks conversation. See your way out of it. Tengu. Oh. Tengu. Dang, that looked like it was my head. Man, I stay MK Ultra in y'all. I stay MK Ultra in y'all. Y'all don't even know what hit you. This is MK Ultra. This whole thing is MK Ultra. I'm tricking you. Look at that. That became my head. Tengu. Great. Now it looks like I'm Tengu. It's that hidden symbolism like the Met Gala. Man, this is a Jewsburg show. All right? They call me Juicy J. Ew, dog. Pow, spat it. Ew, dog. I don't know, man. You know, the first legal slave owner in America was a black. Shh. Shut up. Don't ever talk to me about anything ever, yo. We're so put upon by you people. And you're yapping. You're freaking yapping. Yo, shut up. I don't want to hear from you people ever again. I don't care about you people. I'm in Jim Bob's chat. Some black person was like, Jim Bob, can you tell Tony that a black person likes his music? I don't care if black people like anything about me, bro. I literally don't care. I ain't dancing for these niggas. I don't care. I don't care if black people like me. I don't like black people. You understand? I don't like black people. I don't care if you like me. I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a bad mood now. Ugh. Let's see what I got in here.
So I sent him 30 questions. I thought they were perfectly legitimate, fair questions. I said, a woodpecker's tongue goes all the way around the back of his head and comes on top of his left eyebrow, left nostril here. Would you please show me any fossils that have been found, intermediate species between a normal bird and a woodpecker, with his tongue going all the way around his head? What evidence do you have of how this evolved? That question never came up. I don't know what happened to it, but I said, termites chew on wood and they swallow it, but termites can't digest it. It goes into their stomach, and there's little tiny critters in their intestines that actually digest the cellulose. Now, those little critters can't live without the termite, and those termites can't live without those critters. Which one evolved first? I thought it was a fair question, but it never came up. I don't know what happened. I think they lost my list. But anyway, one of my favorite things to do is asking questions to people who believe in evolution. So I asked this professor if I could ask him some questions about the Big Bang. He said, sure, what would you like to know? I said, well, sir, you told me 20 billion years ago all the matter in the universe was squished in this little tiny dot, and it was spinning faster and faster and exploded. I said, where did all this matter come from? He said, well, we don't know that for sure. I said, okay, now, sir, hold it. If I told you that I believe about 6,000 years ago God created the heaven and the earth like the Bible teaches, you're going to say, and where did God come from? And I don't know. But you said 20 billion years ago there was a Big Bang, and you don't know where the dirt came from. So basically, I believe in the beginning God, and you believe in the beginning dirt. Don't tell me my theory is religious and yours is science. Oh, no, sir, they're both religious.
This dude's a king, yo. I love Ken Hovind. This is white excellence right here, yo. Ken Hovind is white excellence. I hope he becomes Orthodox. This dude's awesome, yo.
You wind up with Christian politicians who are constantly invoking the name of Jesus, supporting the murder of their fellow Christians in the Levant. So, like, that is I think that's very serious. I don't think you should do that. I think you're going to suffer for that. Like, don't do that. How can you excuse or aid in the murder of innocents in the name of Jesus? And I've said this directly to a bunch of these politicians because I get very upset about it.
Yo, look at this freaking one. Look at this goofy real quick, since we're on the subject. Just look at this goofy. I don't know if I saved it or what. Did I save it? I might have saved it. What's that freaking politician's name? Dang, I didn't even... I got it on my phone. Since we're on the subject... Randy Fine said, "There is a reason the first time I shook Netanyahu's hand, I did not wash it until I could touch the heads of my children." These people's religion is Israel. These people's religion is Tengu worship. Straight up. You ever see the AIPAC ad? I did a thing of it a while ago. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Long time ago, I did something with it. But I don't know what channel I put it on. I don't know if I put it on freaking, I don't even know if I uploaded it. This was an ad they put out in 2016, 17, something like that. It's the craziest thing I ever saw in my life. It's why, like, I don't know. When people start talking, when people start saying Jewsburg and throwing around words like that, man, you might as well call me an anti-Semite. You know, people call you anti-Semite when you talk about the Jews at all. That's what they've been doing. Don't notice anything we do. Don't criticize us in any way, shape, or form. None of it. You know, that's what they say. They go, oh, you're being an anti-Semite by noticing the commonalities of all the people that oppress you. Calling somebody a Jewsburg, that's the same exact thing. They're just saying, okay, fine, you could talk about them a little, but not too much. Don't talk about them too much. Which means they're losing. Just so you know, that means they're losing. Let me show you something. This is an AIPAC ad that AIPAC itself put out. I gotta find this. They're ceding ground, is what I'm saying. They went from calling everybody an anti-Semite to calling you a Jewsburg or woke right or something like that. That's ceding ground. That's real. That they're changing their tactics. They used to beat you over the head with it. Now they realize they can't. So now they're retreating, but they're still firing at you. Well, I'm whatever you want to call me. Whatever you want to call someone who keeps saying the truth no matter what. Go ahead, put a name on it. You go ahead and put whatever name on that you want to. Dang, where is this freaking file? Give me a second, I'll find it. I don't know, man. I just don't want to play nice, you know. I'm not playing nice. F that. I don't want to play nice. Man, I can't find this freaking ad. It's the craziest thing in the world. I'll try and find. I don't know. I don't know how to find it. Is it on my Instagram? I have like an old Instagram. Is it on there? Instagram games. Oh, did they delete it? That ain't me. Who the hell is this? I don't know him. It is on Instagram? Okay. Hopefully I can open it. It won't even open it? What the hell is this? You got it, Maria? Can you get it?
I'm looking for it.
I just want to show you why I can't take anybody seriously if they're not calling this out 24/7. Honestly, I can't really take it seriously. Anyone playing keep out for the Tengu, I just can't take it seriously. You got your phone? Just give me your Instagram. I'll find it. Wait, maybe I have Instagram. I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. Okay, I can find it. Oh, they deleted? They might have deleted me. They deleted me. Oh, wait, no, here it is. All right, bet.
He says he's a sinner.
All right, where is it? Here it is. Never mind, I can't find it. They put out an ad in 2016, 2017 that was talking about no matter who wins, they win. And this was an official APAC ad. And it had that weird lady, what was that weird crazy lady? It was like Sunday morning. Good morning, Sunday morning. That weird lady. She was on there. And Netanyahu visited the White House or some crap. And she's like, the Prime Minister of Israel, and the whole place erupts into a roar, and then there's this hard music, and it's like, no matter who wins, we win. And it shows like Obama, and it shows Trump, and it shows every single person, And this is their own ad, bro. This is their own ad for AIPAC. I wish I could find the video so I could show it to you. But this was an ad that they put out. You know what I'm saying? They're saying we own all the politicians. But go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep buying into the left-right paradigm. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because here's what's going to happen. The guy on the left is going to win. And then what? Oh, no, a bunch of illegal immigrants and gay guys. And then what happens? Then, oh, well, now we get the right guy. And what does the right guy do? Nothing, because he's a freaking eunuch. And he sits there and he freaking signs over some, he increases the war budget for Israel. That's what he does. He says, yeah, he pledges his allegiance to Israel, but no more immigrants. Okay, but now we have 10 million new immigrants, illegal immigrants. What about them? Don't worry about that. I made it so no more come. Yeah, but the problem's already here. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm the good guy. Okay. And then because he's not effective, then you vote for the left, or you think you did, because it's a freaking Hegelian dialectic, and they put them in there and just make you think you did it. You did that. You voted for that. Then that guy comes in. Guess what? More illegal immigrants. What does Donald Trump do? No more illegal immigrants. Just millions of Indian tech centers. Just millions of legal Indians pooping on the beach. Isn't that better? Do you like that better? Look, I didn't have a bunch of Haitians that eat your dog. Instead, I have Indians that poop on your beach. Isn't that better? They're legal. You can't do anything about them. They're legal. They run the FBI. They run all the tech companies. They hire their own. Isn't that better? Look, now we don't have a bunch of illegals taking the jobs you don't want. Now we got a bunch of legals taking the jobs you do want. Isn't that better? Don't you feel more franchised? Don't you feel moralized? Don't you feel invigorated? Don't you feel represented? It's a freaking joke. It's a joke. It's a Hegelian dialectic. And you play into it every time you freaking nod to these people. Every time you act like they're not all working for the same team, you're a joke. You're a freaking joke if you don't realize it. Democracy is a joke. And you're the punchline. You're the freaking punchline. Democracy. What's democracy? Democracy is when the people with money keep voting their guy into power. And once they get him into power, they keep passing more laws that suit them while screwing you over, while disenfranchising you, while making your home alien to you. And then they say, you voted for it. Whoops, you messed up again. It's like a cup game. Oh, you picked the wrong cup again. Oh, the guy who was actually going to fix things was under this cup. Try again. Try again in 4 years. We'll play the cup game again in 4 years. This time, I'm sure you're going to vote for the guy that's going to fix it. I believe in you. It's a freaking con game.
And they're like under a spell. Like they don't, even in private, they're like, well, we have to. What is that?
Last December, the State of Israel, the Foreign Ministry of the State of Israel, sponsored a summit in Jerusalem. They brought 1,000 U.S. pastors to Israel to attend military briefings.
Military briefings?
Yes. The head of the state was there. The prime minister was there.
The prime minister?
Them as ambassadors, not for Jesus, but for the state of Israel. They were talking about this unholy alliance being formed.
Oh, they attacked me by name, I know.
Right, and they attacked you and all of that. But what really caught my attention, Tucker, when I was reading over the website of that summit, I was reading some notes and some guidelines, do's and don'ts. One of the guidelines, it's a Christian ministry also who's organizing this with the Foreign Ministry Affairs.
A total
One of the guidelines stated that
$5. I think I have the ad you're talking about.
Yeah, here, put it on my Discord. Dang, I didn't know I was still connected to this. This is it. I remember the music. Listen. We've advanced to U.S. Israel by lobbying every American leader, no matter the political party.
Please welcome Senate Democratic Leader,
the Senate Republican Leader.
Please welcome Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives.
Please welcome Secretary of State.
I'm honored to introduce the Vice President of the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Please welcome back to the apex stage the Prime Minister of Israel.
The Prime Minister of Israel! Bow before him!
Average redhead tipped $4.20. I'm pretty sure that liking the stream is doing more than my vote does.
Real talk. Real talk. I don't disagree.
Unique alliance. The alliance between Israel and the United States of America.
In the United States, our support for Israel is bipartisan, and that is how it should stay.
Our strategic ally, our unbreakable friendship.
America is safer when we stand with Israel.
Because if you care...
Yeah, we're real safer. Listen here, Goy. You're safer if you stand with Israel. What he's talking about right there is the Samson option. The Samson option, which is why the largest shipment of military weapons in the history of the world got sent during the Yom Kippur War, because the Prime Minister of Israel called Nixon personally and told him, if you don't do what we say, we are going to nuke the world. Go ahead, try and call our bluff. And the next day, the largest shipment of military weapons in the history of the world was sent to Israel. The next day. That's what they mean when they say you're safer if you stand with us. They're threatening you.
About American security, you must care about Israel's security.
My friends,
America and Israel
need you more today
than ever before.
May God bless Israel.
And may God bless the United States of America.
Thank you.
Weird. They say it to your face. They say it to your face. They say it to your face. So when you act like they don't, what are you? If they're going to say it but you won't, what are you?
Do not speak of the name of Jesus. Preaching is not allowed in Jerusalem. Express your faith through acts of kindness and all that, but do not mention Jesus.
Why?
When I read that...
Why? Wait, why? I don't know. Why? Could you tell me why?
That my mind went back all the way to the book of Acts, chapter 5. When the spiritual elites in Jerusalem...
What about who's that lady? That lady that they made the video of? Nancy Pelosi. Did you see Nancy Pelosi say that even if America was destroyed, our aid to Israel would not stop? Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that?
I have said to people when they ask me if this Capitol crumbled to the ground, the one thing that would remain is our commitment to our aid, and I don't even call it aid, our cooperation with Israel, because that's fundamental.
What's a Jewsburg, bro? Yo, what's a Jewsburg? Enlighten me.
Summoned Peter and the disciples, and you know what they told him? Do not speak of the name of Jesus. Imagine those pastors coming to Jerusalem to not be able to share their faith and to share about their Christ and their Messiah, the hope. That's one thing. The other thing, none of these pastors, they went and they prayed over dead stones. They went over and prayed over the Western walls, which is, fine.
This is what you get for crashing. I'm back and I'm angry. Oh, I was goofy Tony, happy Tony before. Now I'm angry. No, that's them seeding ground. Juiceburg is them seeding ground. Okay, you're not an anti-Semite. You just talk about it a little too much. You can't talk about it too much. It informs everything that we're dealing with on so many levels. From freaking COVID shutdowns and vaccines to blackmail, to government corruption, to the state of modern Christianity. You can't talk about it too much. You can't. You literally can't. It can't be overstated. It seeps into every sector of society. You can't overstate it. You have to state it. You have to point it out. Because everything else is downhill. Everything else is an effect of this single cause. Immigration, pornography, media control, government corruption, endless wars in the Middle East, terrorist attacks in our own country, the disfigurement of white society, the disenfranchisement of the white male who spends his life like, what am I supposed to do with my life, with the gift of life that God has given me? I stand here and I see nothing. I sit here and all I see is destruction. Every aspect of our lives is affected by this. So if you tell me I'm talking about too much, then you're an op. You're an op, straight up.
Do that, but none of them stepped a foot in a Christian church.
No.
None of them visited the local Christian population.
They didn't go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre?
Not to my knowledge.
This nigga's different. Yo, Tucky different. Did you go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre? They didn't even go to the sepulchre? What? I'm Tucky Carly. You mean to tell me that they didn't even go to the sepulchre?
It wasn't part of the itinerary.
How can Church of the Holy Sepulchre, obviously one of the most holy places in Christendom, it's where Christians believe Jesus' tomb was, sepulchre, tomb.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful place, amazing place. One of the great places in the world, in my opinion. How could you not go there if you're a Christian minister? Like
Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House.
Because Protestantism is antichrist. Because Protestantism is anti the church that Christ founded. They probably see an Orthodox church and they say, idol worship. Protestants are out here worshiping the nation state of Israel instead of joining themselves to the true Israel. What is that? What's that, an ally? Is that my ally? None of it. None of any of it. Only orthodoxy. Nothing else. Not even a little bit of it. And orthodoxy is the cure. None of this is allowed in orthodoxy. Who allowed usury into the West? Who stopped the ban on usury? Who engaged in it willingly? The Roman Catholic Church post-schism immediately began a campaign of usury which shaped the West.
He's a very prominent evangelical third in line presidency. Last August, he went to Israel. He prayed at the Western Wall. He went to a settlement in the West Bank, and he planted trees in those settlements in the West Bank. And he declared that these Judeans and Sumerian hills belong to the Jewish people by divine.
And that's the thing, that's the thing with Orthodox people that try and be nice. Like, I respect it. I understand being nice. I want to be nice. I wish I were nice. I want to be nice. I'm not nice, though. I'm just not. But don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of what St. John Chrysostom wrote about the Jews. Don't be ashamed of Canon 11 of the Council of Trullo. Be proud. Be proud of the foresight. Be proud of the discernment of the church to see it for what it was 1,000 years before it came to fruition. I'm proud of Orthodoxy. I'm proud of the Orthodox Church. I'm proud to be Orthodox because they're the only people in the world that see what's going on for what it is. We're the only people that see the truth. Everyone else has a compromised truth filled with lies that augment its trajectory and ultimately goes against the Church of Christ and the apostles. Ultimately allows for all sorts of heresy, ultimately allows for all sorts of lies and deceptions, caveats, compromises, which inevitably turn it against the church itself. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that freaking interesting? That when you compromise the faith, eventually you become an enemy to the faithful? Even if you call yourself a Christian? To the point where you'll support the modern day state of Israel, full of Jewish people that spit on our priests, attack our priests, attack our funerals, bomb our churches, curse our God, that you would prop them up and support them instead of the actual eternal Israel, which is the Church of Jesus Christ, the Orthodox Church. Imagine that. Isn't that strange? You see where those compromises lead? So don't compromise. Don't be ashamed. I'm ashamed of none of it. I submit to the teachings of the Orthodox Church fully and completely. Take my life.
Right. What John?
We're going to be so punished for this. We're going to be punished for this. I'm just telling you.
Ew, dog. Ew, dog. We're going to be so punished for this. Yo, Tucky different as hell, yo. Tucky one of the differentest. He's a rear differential.
Never interacted and met with the, people go and visit the dead stones, but they forget about the living stones. There are people there who are suffering because of this system that keeps oppressing them and applying pressure, and their numbers are shrinking. The people are leaving. And
they're out here, they're out here trying to pay influencers to yap in favor of Israel, and then they're not paying the they're not even paying them. There's influencers complaining online. Israel said they'd give me 30 pieces of silver if I shilled for their demonic regime. And then they didn't pay me. Oh, worse than Judas. Didn't even get the bag. Worse than Judas. Didn't even get the bag.
Number. Well, it's because of the other pressures. No, Israel is the only place in the Middle East, the only democracy in the Middle East that Christians feel respected and protected. You know, the Prime Minister of Israel.
What year were you born?
I was born in 1980.
Okay, so you grew up under the Israeli government as a Christian.
Yeah, and I watched also the Oslo Accord, and
so I mean, like I'm talking, you're sitting right here. What do you think when you hear that?
And I still minister there, and we still our ministry still serves in the Palestinian territories, and we serve in Jordan, and we serve in Egypt, and our ministry is focused on reaching young people, equipping them and empowering them so they can be agents of change in their communities, so they can become peacemakers. This is why I
Let me get a goal started.
Egypt and our ministry. Left my secular job in DC, a very successful job, and committed my life to this mission because the Christian presence in the Middle East is at the brink of extinction. If we don't do anything about it, especially in Beit Saul right now, there'll be no Christians left.
But just to be clear, under the Israelis, it's at the point of extinction. Having survived the Romans and the Crusaders and the Ottomans and the English,
this is the reason
the Israelis that the Christians are about to go to extinct.
This is exactly why I am not going to be silent anymore. Not because I'm not an activist. I don't go on podcasts and just start talking. But when I see something against the values that we believe in, the biblical values, against the character of God, I have to be that prophetic voice and say, not in our name. Jesus showed us a better way. Jesus taught his followers to be the salt, to be the light, to be the peacemaker. He entrusted us with the ministry of reconciliation. How much reconciliation efforts are we doing? We're given money and billions of dollars to build these settlements. And taking the land from Christians, but we're spending little to no money in peace initiatives, in reconciliation efforts, in understanding, in mutual understanding. And there are so many Christian-led organizations on the ground that are doing amazing work.
You don't never clue.
I took the riddles that you spoke, they turned to smoke. Caught a draft and then they turned into a cloud. The cloud expanded till it blotted out the sun. It said we're not responsible for what we've done. So I took the hint and bought myself a flint. Set fire to the leaves beneath my feet. The fire grew into the house where I grew up. Now I'm standing at the corner of my street. Dodging school buses full of kids that judge me. Say I'm poor, say I'm fat, and say I'm ugly. All I wanted was to make a couple friends. Turn around and then I'm back where I began. My dad driving in reverse across the lawn. Pieces of my house were formed into a wall. Now he's telling me I'll pay for what I've...
In the background is that episode of, I don't know, Ricky Lake, Oprah, whatever, where that lady's talking about being part of satanic child, you know what ring.
At nobody we are super chatted $10. Better that this money goes to you than to our greatest ally. Stay up. Create good things. Spare a prayer for me if you can.
Thank you, man. Sorry, I'm in a bad mood now. Here's your sound. Maybe this will cheer me up. This plays 24/7 in hell, by the way. We out here with deaf people making music, blind people leading, and deaf people making music.
Just a second ago I was getting punched. I remember everything. Every girl that said she loved me till she didn't. I remember what it looked like when she didn't. I remember what it felt like when she didn't. They dropped me in, head first into the river Flint. Water in my lungs, I can't see a thing. Tunnel vision setting in. Why didn't they teach us how to swim? They wanted us to drown. Nihilism swept through the town. They can't control the people if they're proud. Nirvana's playing to a sold out crowd. Oh wow, all my idols as a child are in hell. They taught us to hate the world and hate ourselves. Okay, computer comes along. Siren song. Greatest minds of my generation. Stoned, washed out, dumb and wasted. Oh, since I was young, I was medicated. My dad would light a match and say it gave him cravings. Oh, quiet while I think. Never saw my father.
That was the black guy who got on. There was like this black guy who got on Montel. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the background of that show. Of that video. Is it Montel Williams? Montel Jordan? What's the name? Montel Jordan? Here it is.
I feel sorry.
Where's the clip? Everybody got the clip? This black guy in suspenders gets on and he's like, actually, the Jews did the slave movement. They owned all the slave ships. And he's like, the Holocaust is big business. He literally got up, and then Montel Williams, in the full clip, Montel's like, whoa, 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 we got to take a break. This guy's crazy. And then it cuts to commercial. It was crazy. It was freaking crazy. It was crazy. That's what that was in the background. And then this is Oprah talking to the lady who literally said that she's Jewish and she was part of a child sacrifice ring as a kid, and that they say they're Jewish, but they actually worship Satan. That's what she was saying. And she's still alive. She writes books about it and helps victims of satanic child sacrifice rings. And she was on this show in like the 90s.
Take a drink, let me paint it. Oh, I hope he knows I don't burn him.
Her right there.
I blame Satan. I blame Miles Davis. I blame slow changes. I blame Kanye West getting famous. He took my spot on top and he's aimless. I blame whites for being aimless. I blame blacks for being dangerous. I blame the left for acting blameless. I blame the government for playing us. It's all social engineering. Everybody here thinks it's steering. But we're on a runaway train full of fame junkies claiming that they made it. I don't know why I'm saying this. Guess I'm done trying to pay respects. I don't hate y'all, but I hate y'all. But we're what Israel made us. Oh. Yeah, we're what Israel made us. As if we need an excuse. I would take y'all to school, but y'all wearing school shooter shoes. You don't know, you don't have a clue. You have never felt the way that I do.
All right, enough Tucky. What's next? Apparently, other Orthodox channels are coming out the gate and just saying it from their chest. So, shout out unto ages. Love you too, Mark.
We are living in a world in which unimaginable evils have come to light. In particular, there have been many revelations that have resulted from the release of the Epstein files. Those who spoke of satanic pedophiles who rule the world have been vindicated. People like myself, who have brought attention to the demonic nature of Judaism, specifically deriving from the Talmud, have also been vindicated as a result of these files being released. Some of this information is new to people.
Yeah, this is our victory lap. I feel super vindicated right now. I'm the guy on the sinking ship saying, I knew it was going to sink.
Some of it is not. The analysis of these files is not the subject of this episode. There are others who have done a phenomenal job at that. Rather, I intend to discuss what we can do in lieu of this information. As a result of these files being released, many people are waking up to how dark the world truly is. To be completely honest, I'm very surprised it even happened. At the time of this recording, we are still missing about half of the documents reported to be on file with the FBI. If we have witnessed...
Not just that, they're taking them back. They're like, yeah, we don't want you to look at them anymore. We spent 8 years... 12 years? Holy crap. How many years? 10 years? 9 years. We spent 9 years redacting and making sure that they weren't too scandalous. And it turns out that they're still, no matter how many names we redact, no matter how much we cover up, it's still the most effed up thing you've ever seen in your entire life. So we're going to take them back. And then we're going to have some pundits and political people come out and say that the Epstein files don't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is voting. What matters is votes. Do you believe me?
Is such evil thus far, one can only imagine what they have chosen to continue to hide. In the Old Testament, we read of the horrific practices of ancient paganism, including, but not limited to, child sacrifice. This evil still lives. We now know this for a fact. In times like these, perhaps, we can begin to come to a fuller appreciation for God's sense of justice. These are the types of things that caused God to send a flood, meteor, or granted situational permission to destroy certain nations. Historically, we understand that these evils
Oh, you missed them. Wrong vote. Your fault again. It's your fault what we're doing to you, Goy. Because you voted for the wrong guy again. Try again. Better luck next time. Hey, there's always 4 years from now. There's always 4 years from now. Maybe try Democrat or Green Party or far right or conservative. Maybe vote for Ted Cruz or somebody from Florida or Texas. You remember? Remember when Texas meant something? Besides Hindu statues and Muslim strongholds? Come on, guys. I feel really bad, you know. As an outsider looking in, I feel really bad that once again, somehow, you voted for the wrong guy. You know, the house always wins. The house always wins.
Punished, and God will not be mocked.
Voting is gambling, and gambling is a sin. Voting is gambling, and gambling is a sin. Stop sinning.
Today is no different, but he is very patient and forgiving. But there is a finite limit to what God will tolerate. This is why it is so essential that we repent and take our faith seriously. Many around us will not, but we must, even for their sake. There are many Orthodox prophecies that speak of an impending world war.
Yeah, how's that? How's that? How's that for a take? That's my new hot take. If you come at me with, what if the conservatives don't win the friggin' election? Then what? Then everything still sucks? What? My response is, actually, voting is gambling, and that's a sin.
For America. Some saints even believe America to be the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. This is not to cause us to despair.
That's not true, by the way. Voting isn't gambling. I mean, it's akin to it in a democracy. It's akin to it in a democracy. In a democracy, the democracy is like a casino. And you could sit there and you could play and you could play and play and play and you could feel like you're up and you can feel like you're down, but the house always wins. Because they're the ones with the money.
But to be sober-minded. With the understanding of the plethora of evils throughout this world, it only makes sense that God would choose to exercise his justice on humanity.
Douchebag 2028. Call me crazy, but I don't think the answer is for more Orthodox to get into politics either. I don't know. You know, I like, what's his name? Ben. He used to be Luigi. We had a tit. A tat? What, a tit? Whoa. Thanks, hon.
Welcome. Tony Affirma tipped $13.37. Bro, your powerful message reminds me of Saint Isaac the Syrian. The soul that loves God has its rest in God and in God alone. In all the paths that men walk in the world, they do not attain peace until they draw nigh to hope in God. Saint Isaac the Syrian.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, man. Here's your sound. that actually MK Ultra'd me and reset my entire mind. Shoot. I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? I got pizza, money, and then music made by deaf people. Pizza, money, music made by deaf people. And all of a sudden I forgot what I was doing.
At Randolph Wessler super chatted $2. But Tone, we've got Amiga, I mean Maca.
Nice. Yeah, the opposite. It's just sound. That was your sound. It was good.
At making_pickles super chatted $10. Yo Tony, I really like what you're doing here. I'ma let you finish. But is the Jim Bob outro song, Crack Corn, on your recent album?
No, it's not. You gonna spike my cortisol about it? Huh? Is that what you want? You want a nice man to have a cortisol spike? You know, I consider that an act of violence. If you spike my cortisol, that's an act of violence because it reduces my health. That's an actionable offense. If you spike my cortisol by asking if a song that isn't released is released, you are assaulting me. That's violence. What are we talking about? Oh, Luigi, Orthodox Luigi. You know, I used to go by Orthodox Sonic the Hedgehog, but I was like, I can't do both Hello Listener and Orthodox Sonic the Hedgehog, so I abandoned Orthodox Sonic the Hedgehog and became, and continued to be Hello Listener, famous liberal account. Because I'm secretly working for the libs to get you to vote leftist. That's what I'm actually doing. What I'm actually doing here is trying to weaken MAGA. Weaken dark MAGA. Where's the freaking clip? Seems so all-inclusive in your mind. Like, you can't really imagine anything outside of it. You can in terms of fantasy, which is why, you know, when you're young, you love science fiction and fantasy novels. I'm thinking about here. I just wanted to run through stuff, see what I have here. And then maybe I'll take a break, and then I'll come back, and maybe I'll have a freaking crank. Hold on. I realized something. Okay, here's what I mean. Like laughing. Like laughing might just be a response to pain that we have in this world. A response to things not going as they should. That could be what laughter is. Or a coping mechanism for pain. Something like that. I'm talking to the stream. Hold on one second. Sorry. And we can't conceive of that. Laughing is one of the best things we have in this world. Think about that. Might be a coping mechanism for pain. And a reaction to when things don't go as they're supposed to. Or as we expect them. And it's one of the funnest things we have on Earth is laughter, right? We can't conceive of a world where that would be obsolete. Because everything is fulfilled. And things are as they should be. And there is no hiccup in our psyche. Because our psyche is fully realized. We can't really comprehend that. Because that would be to exist in the kingdom of heaven. That would be to be what we're meant to be instead of fallen, broken creatures coping. Oh, hi, Zero Smoke. I saw your chat before, Jimmy. All right, I'll be back.
You tired of listening to
Wait,
music?
this isn't it.
Like the equivalent of eating a mayonnaise sandwich. Why don't you get yourself a big New York sausage hot dog?
Check my notes. There's its brother. Is that it? But I will not leave his gaze. I could see you shivering beyond the swaying grass, blood, dirt. If I criticize, I'm gonna do hard time. It seems like you don't care if I live or... I can't find the clip. Can somebody find the Dark MAGA is upon us clip? It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. It's not going to... Here. Everything disappoints, and you're still here. That girl disappointed. That movie disappointed. That game you've been waiting 7 years for disappointed. Everything. I love how schizo I am. I think here's the clip. A woman's right to kill a baby. For some reason, that's the most important thing to them. Oh, I know, because of the parasites. Oh, I know, because they're full of parasites. These poor women with dead eyes. So to the left, he's this ultimate boogeyman, and to the right, he's this savior, and he's neither of these things. He is a dark magician. MAGA means we put upon him whatever we hope he is. The left hopes that he's the worst guy ever because they love histrionics, and it gives them a chance to perform for their black friends, you know. Do you really hate me that much? I love that so much. I love when she goes, do you really hate me that much? There's like this moment of raw honesty right there, and it just made me love her so much, that black lady. But she's like, why? And then she goes, do you really hate me that much? It's so earnest. We don't hate you. We just want you to leave. Oh, she was thinking in terms of woman. We don't hate you, we just want you to shut up. And let the men handle the country. You guys handle raising the children. All right, so my point was, MAGA means like mage, magician, and when he got voted in, everybody impresses their ideas of who they want him to be. He doesn't have to actually be anything because we all say, oh, he's going to fix it. Everybody on the right is like, he's going to fix it. And everybody on the left is like, he's a fascist. And all he has to do is walk forward. There's this spell around him, and we all see what we want in him. The left wants the perfect enemy. The right wants the savior of the white race. And everybody just kind of everybody sees this illusion. There's an illusion surrounding him. Women are so stupid. They're like, oh, well, the worst, the right see the back mage, he's a grand wizard. Anyway, he's all Here, listen. Anyway, he's all things to all people. He is the dark mage. He's a wizard. He's a grand wizard. He is a mason and a grand wizard and a dark mage, and he is all things to all people. The left see the worst, the right see the best. We make up stuff for him. We do it knowingly. We intentionally deceive ourselves. The left know that he's not going to make Handmaid's Tale. You're retarded. Stop watching Jewish media. Just stop. Stop consuming Amish propaganda and filth and just live in reality. But then on the right, they can't do it either. Because they see a bunch of Zio shills and they say, he's playing 5D chess. What he's going to do is save the white race. What he's going to do is save our country. No, not endless wars for Israel. No, he's not going to appoint a bunch of Amish. I'm sorry, when did I say this? Oh, a year ago? What the heck? November 12th, 2024? Weird. Gender weirdly prescient. Nuh-uh. Prescient? What's the word where you know stuff? Pedophile elites into the cabinets of country. No, not endless wars for Israel. No, he's not going to appoint a bunch of Amish transgender pedophile elites into the cabinets. No, he's tricking them. He's actually gonna do what we want. Hello, you're as stupid as the leftists. We're all retarded. We all need a parasite cleanse. We're all chock full of demons. We've lost our minds. We've lost the plot. Dark MAGA is upon us. There's the clip. All right, what were we doing? Oh, I remember.
Humanity. Again, this is why we must seek to be in a repentant state. As I've discussed previously, we do not know when our time will come. One thing is for certain. We must not seek to take vengeance.
You don't like music made by deaf people? That's the new thing. Blind guides and deaf music. You don't like blind guides and deaf music? How about plastic food? How about bad is good? How about lie is truth? How about slavery is freedom?
Into our own hands. While we may be repulsed at the evil we witness, we should not be surprised. This is nothing new. It is merely something we are newly aware of. We ought not seek revolution. St. Paul stated in Romans 13 verse 1, "Let everyone be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. The authorities that exist have been established by God." This is further contextualized.
All three can be true, Kyle. He can be black, slow, and deaf.
When we recall that Paul was a Roman citizen, the same nation that crucified Christ after being blackmailed by the Jews. In the following decades, many Christians were persecuted and martyred for their faith under the pagan Roman Empire. If he were tolerant of the governing authorities back then, could you imagine him saying anything different today? This is not to say that we shouldn't call out evil. Rather, it is to remind us that, quote, "Vengeance is mine, says the Lord."
Amen.
Romans 12:19.
Amen. Let me read you a little something real quick. Because y'all still not getting it. One second. I mean, I could read any of this. But there's one thing I want. There's a verse in here where David talks about being weak. But here, I can read anything from the Psalms. The Lord is my light and my Savior. Whom then shall I fear? The Lord is the defender of my life. Of whom then shall I be afraid? When the wicked draw nigh against me to eat my flesh, they that afflict me are mine enemies. They themselves became weak and they fell. Though a host should array itself against me, my heart shall not be afraid. Though war should rise up against me, in this have I hoped. There's a psalm where he talks about being weak, you know, but not being afraid. Because it's not him who fights.
It is by God's permission that these rulers have power.
Yo, speaking of Ruslan, yo, what the heck happened with Ozzy, yo? Me and Dr. Evo made a sick diss track to Ruslan. And Ozzy was supposed to make a video for it. We've been waiting on Ozzy for days now. Days. I'm about to show y'all the track just because I'm tired of waiting. I'm about to give y'all an exclusive sneak peek. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Here you go. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Dr. Evo produced it. I rapped on it.
I need 7 figures. I need 7 figures. I need 7 figures.
I just have FU money.
Bro, I got the following. I got 28,000. I got 200,000 on TikTok. How do I monetize these people? You know what I mean? How do I monetize these people?
I like money and I like shoes.
How do I build a business? I don't really care about how many followers I have.
From an Oriental to a boring rental wigger, I'm Ruslan and I'm a boost these Protestants for every dime. Buy my merch, this my ministry, my church, I'm blessing God. Ooh, JD, please don't slay me, I've been saving for a yacht. Every itty bitty whoopie got me fascinated. Protecting my pride, it's my duty like Mufasa, baby. My testimony get me money, better watch a wigger. I'll be back for more super chats like I'm Schwarzenegger. I need to monetize these soft white Christians. I need some money from them, that's my mission. And if I'm coming up against real Christians, I run like hell not to take an L. Hey, Jay, don't make me play myself. I'm hereticing for the dinner bell. This my meal ticket, please don't make me fail. Please, please.
Bro, I got the following. I got 28,000. I got 200,000 on TikTok. How do I monetize these people? You know what I mean? How do I monetize these people?
I like money and I like shoes.
How do I build a business? I don't really care about how many followers I have.
Oh, I forgot the ad-libs.
I build a business. I don't really care about how many followers I have.
From an Oriental to a boring rental wigger, I'm Ruslan and I'm a boost these Protestants for every dime. Buy my merch, this my ministry, my church, I'm blessing God. Ooh, JD, please don't slay me, I've been saving for a yacht. Every itty bitty whoopie got me fascinated. Protecting my pride, it's my duty like Mufasa, baby. My testimony get me money, better watch a wigger. I'll be back for more super chats like I'm Schwarzenegger. I need to monetize these soft white Christians. I need some money from them, that's my mission. And if I'm coming up against real Christians, I run like hell not to take an L. Hey, Jay, don't make me play myself. I'm hereticing for the dinner bell. This my meal ticket, please don't make me fail. Please, please.
Bro, I got the following. I got 28,000. I got 200.
There it is. Wanted to make sure you saw that. You heard the H&M shout out. You know. We're waiting for the video. Ozzy's like, yo, you got to do a song with us. Dr. Evo produce it. You do the lyrics, and we're going to make a video, and we're going to play it on Jay's stream. I'm like, okay. Mainly because the topic was Ruslan. You know, it could work. I don't jump at too many opportunities, but the topic of Ruslan works. Actually, speaking of jumping at opportunities, Jimmy keeps talking about me being on Jesse Lee Peterson. Is that a video thing? Because I can't fly down there. If it's a video thing and we're actually like, not just like because I remember he did call-ins. I'm not really interested in just being one of many callers, but if I'm like the guest and it's a video thing, that could be cool. That might be really funny. I've been thinking about it. Every time he says it, I just kind of sit there like, well, maybe it could be good.
God will deal with them in time, not us. In previous reflections, I have raised awareness of the various traps with regard to noticing and conspiracies. My intention with exposing these pitfalls is so that we might fight smarter in the future. Thus far into this...
Yeah, but that's silly. I can call into any show. You're like a call-in. You can call into anything. I could call into Jay Dyer, you know? Or do you mean like a remote? Like I'm the guest, but I'm doing it from my own setup. If it's that, that's cool. I'd be into that. Then I don't have to go in a plane. You know, I don't want to be in a plane. You know, I was born on the same day. Me and Sky King have the same birthday, so I don't really want to go on a plane. I might get ideas. Just kidding. Just kidding.
This is a good starting place in answering this question. We cannot fight evil with its own substance. As Christ said in Matthew 26:52, all who take the sword will perish by the sword. Rather, we must fight evil with love. The lives of the Christian martyrs are the proof of this theory. Whether it was pagan emperors...
Yeah, I would love to do that. I'd love to chop it up with JLP. What would that be like? I guess it's best not to speculate. Yeah, I want to do that. I'll be the remote guest. I'll be the first person to make JLP angry. And then I'll be like, oh my gosh, I got angry. It means that I'm not saved. And I'll be like, you're in luck. Here's the real Christianity.
Muslims or atheist communists, none have been able to quench Christianity, despite how much they have attempted to quench the Christians.
Do more orthodox content?
Made us. He said we were very good. It is the mind of Satan that wishes for you to imagine good as evil and vice versa. And he would want nothing more than for you to relativize righteousness as just another selfish act that can be discarded because of its foolishness. This is from hell, taking the beauty out of every act, removing the simplicity of kindness and filling it with psychological baggage that wreaks havoc on the mind, making you second-guess good deeds, making you see love as merely a chemical reaction. God is not simply a person that you are trying to get something from. God is the measure of all things. To seek to please him is to seek to be his, which is what he wants from you. There is no greater purpose.
Don't tell me what to do, but maybe you're right. I don't even really care about anything else. When he gets angry, he just hangs up on me. Oh, so he'll just hang up on me. Whatever. Yeah, I'll try that out. Orthodox content. I don't even know what content I do. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm doing ever. Ever. I know that I'm on nicotine, and so I don't yell as much as I used to. Watching this, I'm like, dang, man, I miss that. I miss that. Here, look at this. Hold on, let me show you something. Dang, look how many shows I got. Almost all of them are good. If they're not good, I private them. If I feel like I did a bad job, I private them. If I'm a boy nigga too don't ba down the ding dum baby boom boom ba beam ba bum ba bing bum ba boom ba boom ba bum ba beam ba boom ba bum every itty bitty bum ba bum ba beam ba bum ba boom bum ba boom ba boom ba bum ba bum ba beam. That's how I think of music, by the way. Someone, a booger will just fall out of my nose, my entire nose. It'll just fall right out of my nose. And Pocahontas on stream with a migraine. That song's fire. See what happens. I can't find it. The stream where I made this song. I don't know how to do this, but there's a stream where I made a song called Plane. I made this song on stream, and it was, oh man, I freaking lost it.
Feel sad? Do you feel sober? Do you feel better? Do you feel broken? Do you feel good? Your life was stolen. They killed your kids, but it's not over. Take your shield and your sword up. Wear your cross and your armor. Take your shield and your sword up. Wear your cross and your armor.
That rabble back out to the leads, clean streets. That chatter stops quick when they see these people eat their tailor-made clothes. Lock them inside, make them reap what they sow. Drop that rabble back out to the leads, clean streets. That chatter stops quick when they see these people eat their tailor-made clothes. Lock them inside, make them reap what they sow.
Watch us make plans. Watch us make plans with the bricky in the hand. Watch us make plans. Watch Watch us make plans. Watch us make plans with the Bible in the hand. Watch us make plans. Watch us make plans. Watch us make plans with the whiskey in the hand. Watch us make plans. Watch us make plans. Watch us make plans with the Bible in the hand. But it's not over. Watch us make plans.
I made that on stream. I don't know. Is it this one? Hey, this is the best show ever, man. This is the best show on the internet, people. Maybe I will add that A. Keep doing it. This is it. I freaking lost it on this one. That looks sick. And if God does allow it to happen, his will be done. Download these streams. Download every stream. Save them to your computer. Who sucks when I said that. Rules. Bible's hate speech. It's just FBI agents. That's it. This show's for me and the FBI. Every day I live stream to the FBI. This is pre-nicotine Miles. If you think I'm crazy now, check out pre-nicotine Miles. Oops, that's my old name. Hey, Ponyo. 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 Wait, what did I do? Because the iHypocrite is streaming at the same time as me, and so is Chief Trumpster. I gotta start paying attention. Because I know I started early today, but I figure I'm gonna go a long time, so it doesn't matter. But it's already such a good show. Dude, it's already too good. And it's being compromised by the fact that iHypocrite's streaming at the same time and Chief Trumpster and Become a Saint. Become a Saint just stopped. Maybe I can tell everyone, hey, I don't know. Supporters, would you accept a flood of white Aryan? This, for some reason, set me off. For MAGA supporters, would you accept a flood of white Aryan immigrants from Scandinavia taking your jobs instead of brown Indians from India? No. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. We have talent here. Just stop poisoning us. Stop fluoridating our minds. Stop filling our food with microplastics and seed oils and stuff that's banned throughout the world. Yeah, my old name was Miles. I was named after Miles Davis, the Black. I was named after Miles Davis, the Black. But now I'm not that name. I don't know why I said that. I guess when I thought of the old me, I said that. But I was given a new name in Orthodoxy, and that's the only name I go by. Anthony. Because it's poison. And stop turning our colleges into indoctrination centers for... Watch how mad I make myself here. Maybe I should get off of nicotine. Maybe I should just be mad. For prostitution and genital mutilation. And you won't believe how quickly we rise to the occasion. It's you know what's sick about this? Here's what's sick about this. Is I'm trying not to curse. I'm on stream right now. They are I might curse. I don't know what else to say. They are brutalizing us. Here's what I hate about this. Hold on. You're on speaker, but just be quiet. Here's what I hate about this. They're freaking brutalizing us. You know what I mean? They are brutalizing us. It's been a campaign of subversion and destruction of our people for a while now. And so on top of it, so they do this, they beat us down, they won't give us jobs, they load us up with debt, they poison us, and then when we're sitting there and we have no options, then they sit here and say, you guys aren't doing enough. We're going to replace you. You guys are lazy. You haven't tried hard enough. We haven't tried? We haven't tried? We've been screwed over every which way. We have been brutalized. We've been tricked. We've been subverted. We've been attacked. We've been oppressed. We've been made to feel like we're absolutely worthless. We've been told not to have kids. We've been made to feel like all the world's problems are ours. We've been told that our skin is fucking evil. And now you tell us we're not trying hard enough and we need to be fucking replaced? Damn you! Damn you people! You never gave us a chance! You loaded us up with debt and crippled us and pushed us off to the side and told us we were shit! And now you tell us that we're not fucking trying? Damn you! We need to be replaced? Who? These cowardly demons will pay for what they've done. How could you do something? How could you be this insidious to subvert, destroy, poison, and systematically break down the racial consciousness, identity, and demoralize us, wearing away, eroding the fabric of our society, shutting us out of every single opportunity, filling our country with demonic drugs that kill people within a couple weeks, shutting down all our jobs, and then you tell us we are lazy and we're not trying hard enough? You deserve what's coming. You deserve it. You deserve everything that happens to you next. Never forget that. You deserve everything that happens to you next. I've changed a lot since then. I say it's the nicotine, but it's not. I feel myself being a lot more patient. I'm not sure why. Well, I am sure why. It's because of the church. It's so crazy because you notice these changes in yourself. You pray for them. You know, you pray to be more loving. You pray to be kinder, more patient. And then you just go through your life being the dummy that you are. But the people around you notice the difference. The people around you notice. They notice you not snapping when you would snap. That's a noticeable thing. People notice when you don't snap when normally you would. People notice that. I remember noticing that with my dad. You get to know a person, you get to know how they're going to react. You get a sense of it. It's not like a mental thing. You're not like, oh, he's good, but you get a sense of it. And when people don't, you notice that. That's the church. You pray for these things. Are you brave enough to pray that he takes your will away? Are you willing to change everything? Are you willing to change? See, that was back when there wasn't really too many other people saying what I'm saying. Now we got Orthodox channels saying what I'm saying. You know? And I felt very quarantined, man. I felt very quarantined. Because I'm sitting here seeing this and nobody's saying it. And still, most people don't. They skirt around the issue. But I never have. In fact, it's why I started the channel. I started the channel because I had all these things that I felt needed to be said, and no one was saying them. And it was just infuriating. If nobody's going to say them, fine, I'll say them. You know, because we're all looking for somebody to say the things that we're feeling. You know, that's part of what this is. Part of what this is you're looking for somebody who mirrors what's going on inside of you. You know? So you don't feel completely alone. So you don't feel completely disconnected, you know? So you're not quarantined to some FBI honeypot of the internet and just like where a bunch of people, you know, a bunch of glowies try and tell you to do a crime. And I remember I would watch other people and nobody would talk about it. I'm like, why aren't they talking about it? Obviously, we know why they don't talk about it. But I did. I did every single time I did a show. I talked about the things that no one would talk about. That's why I did a show. And since Elon Musk bought Twitter, it's reached critical mass, and now I think it's more and more people know about this stuff, so it doesn't feel as crucial for me to constantly talk about it. And so often I'm sitting here like, well, then what? What do? I don't know what to do, you know? I started this show to talk about the things that everybody else was afraid to talk about. And many people still are. And they judge me. They judge me and they call me names because they're afraid to do what I do. That's why. Because they're afraid, they attack people who aren't. That's real. You know, Extanglia told me you just got to keep talking. You got to keep saying it. You got to keep talking about orthodoxy. You got to keep talking about the Tengu. You just got to. That's your job. But I don't like repeating myself even once. I don't like repeating myself even one time, he repeated. You know, I'll like... If I say something to Maria and she asks me what I said, I don't repeat it. And it's not because I'm rude. It's just, it's boring to say something twice. It's just so, it like bores me like a fishing lure at a hardware store. It's like, I can't, it's so boring I'm going to die. I'm going to cave in. My heart will stop beating if I do something so boring as repeat myself. you know. That's how I felt earlier when I did the first version of this show. This is the second version. I should call it second version. Because I was like, what am I going to say that I haven't already said? You know? That's how I feel lately. That's why I've been avoiding doing shows. Horatio the Ratio version 2. Tango! Oh, tango! Great, now you know that 2 is what triggers that. Rhymatician. But then people will come out the woodwork and start throwing names around and start shaming you for talking about this stuff. You're like, oh, okay. A different game is afoot. I'll play the new game. People on my side call me Juiceberg. Okay, I'm back. Guess what? I'm back. Every single white male child must die. Cheating on your husband makes you a better wife. They drink the blood of your fathers and sons. Venomous songs dripping off of their tongues. Bow to our walls, pledge your life to our cause. Kill your unborn, give the body to us. Slurping up the Gentile blood with both hands. Serpents in a skin suit, that's not a man. Come in your lands and pretend they're your friends. Put on their clothes, tell them that we're like them. Lies will continue till you see the truth. There is nothing in the world less like you. Their power comes from illusions and greed. Recognize that and you're already free. Nothing in the world more dangerous than the Jew that convince the people that they're just like you. These sickly demonic Jews hate everything good and true. I'ma let the whole world know about you. I'ma let the whole world know about you. These sickly demonic Jews hate everything good and true. I'ma let the whole world know about you. I'ma let the whole world know about you. Can't stop lying, they don't need a reason. Can't stop lying, easy as breathing. Will somebody come and shut their mouths? How much longer must we hear them howl? Can't stop hurting children when you see them. Can't stop blaspheming Jesus. Will somebody come and shut their mouths? How much longer must we hear them howl?
must not seek to take vengeance into our own hands. While we may be repulsed at the evil we witness, we should not be surprised. This is nothing new. It is merely something we are newly aware of. We ought not seek revolution. St. Paul stated in Romans 13 verse 1, "Let everyone be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. The authorities that exist have been established by God." This is further contextualized when we recall that Paul was a Roman.
I thought they were established by voting. What the heck?
Citizen, the same nation that crucified Christ after being blackmailed by the Jews. In the following decades, many Christians were persecuted and martyred for their faith under the pagan Roman Empire. If he were tolerant of the governing authorities back then, could you imagine him saying anything different today? This is not to say that we shouldn't call out evil. Rather, it is to remind us that, quote, "Vengeance is mine, says the Lord."
That's it. Continue to speak out. Continue to call it out. Even when they call you names. Even when they call you anti-Semite. Even when they call you Jewsburg. Point out the evil. Don't let it pass without criticism. Don't let it think that it's going to get away with it. We have the leaders we deserve because we succumb to temptation, because we compromised. We have exactly what we deserve right now. Become someone that deserves better. Become people that deserve better. Become the citizens of Neo-Byzantium. Become the citizens of the world you want to see. Not the citizens of this Babylon. He is. Rocor already sancted him. Canonized him. Canonized? I've been calling him Saint Seraphim Rose for years. So did Georgia. He's been a saint. Did you see a picture of him? I think I just hurt my eardrums. I turned that up too loud. I might have broke my headphones. Look at this picture. Look at that. Hours after his repose. They'll never understand. Want to know why? Because light has come into the world, and the darkness comprehendeth not. This is the judgment, that light has come into the world, and the darkness did not comprehend it, because its deeds were evil. And this is the condemnation, that light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. I combined two verses. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehend not. John 1:5. In him was life, and the life was the light of men, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. They can't even comprehend it. They cannot comprehend this. They don't get it. They literally can't comprehend it. And that's the condemnation. That light came into the world, and men preferred darkness to the light because their deeds were evil. Saint Seraphim Rose, pray for us sinners. Do the Amish pay any time? Look, anywhere you go, you're going to find some Amish BS behind it. I promise you that. I promise you that. It's a freaking, look, it's an entire religious movement based on opposition to the way, the truth, and the life. They have verses in the Talmud about God being like, you have bested me in argumentation. Now, and essentially saying that whatever the rabbis say is what to do now because they were smarter than God or something like that. There's a verse in the Talmud about that. So what do you think? If they have an entire religion based on tricking God, then do you think there's anything that they will be involved in that they won't find a way to use deceit, trickery to get ahead? Honestly. You see it time and time again, even against their own people. You saw that news article from the Times of Israel talking that they have a word for people who wait in line or park in the correct parking space, or they consider you a sucker if you play by the rules. You see the video of them getting food? It's just a little interesting watching. Jewish soup kitchen. They eat each other alive, bro. You're a sucker if you don't do that. You're a sucker if you play by the rules. Rules are for goys. What did the Epstein email say? This is the way the Jews make money and made a fortune in the past 10 years, selling short the shipping futures. Let the goyim deal in the real world. We don't play by the rules. The rules are just something we play with. We play with the rules. We put a freaking string around Brooklyn and now it counts as our house. We have Tim Pool turn on our microwave and then it counts as not using electricity. If they spend their lives thinking they're tricking God, they're well versed in this. You don't think they'll do it to you? They're doing it to God, well, they think. The truth is nobody gets away with anything. But that's what they think. They're literally raised up in the art of deceit, of screwing people over. What other choice do you have if you reject the God of all creation? If you reject, I don't know how many times I have to say it, if you reject the way, the truth, and the life, then what does that leave you? If you reject the truth, what does that leave you? With the father of lies. If you reject the life, what does that leave you? Worshipping death. There's only one way. So if you reject it and you make that your identity, literally your identity, you become the personification of Antichrist in everything that you do. You become the personification. You become the antithesis of life. You become the antithesis of truth. And it plays into every factor of your life. Nothing you do isn't tainted by rejection of Christ. Everything you do is tainted by rejection of Christ. They won't even read Isaiah. They won't even read Isaiah 53. They won't even read it. It's considered a forbidden chapter of the Bible. That's their own Tanakh. They won't read it. Who put this Old Testament? Who put this New Testament in my Old Testament? But people will prefer I mince words. People will prefer I pretend. Oh, there's a nicer way to say that. Is there a nicer way? Is there a nicer way? How nice should I be about this? How nice should I be about this? When they're blackmailing politicians and, I don't know, eating babies. If you hear some of the horrific stuff they're doing. Oh, yeah, but don't be rude about it. What the hell? What the hell? How does that make sense?
Romans 12:19. It is by God's permission that these rulers have power. God will deal with them in time, not us. In previous reflections, I have raised awareness of the various traps with regard to noticing and conspiracies. My intention with exposing these pitfalls is so that we might fight smarter in the future. Thus far into this reflection, I have discussed much of the darkness in this world. We must not despair, but we are likely left with a very essential question. What can we do? The answer to this question...
Become Orthodox. If you're not Orthodox, become Orthodox. If you are Orthodox, go to church. If you're already doing that, become a deacon. If you're already doing that, become a priest. And speak out. And don't be afraid to say what's real. And if something evil happens in front of you, don't be a man. Make sure you stand up against it. That's how you become citizens of a better world. Be a citizen of Neo-Byzantium. That's what's expected of you in Neo-Byzantium. Is that you're righteous and masculine, and that you put God first. That's what's expected. And that you're not afraid of the truth. That you speak the truth boldly, regardless of what people say around you, regardless of what people with power say. You speak the truth anyway. That's what you do.
Question likely depends on your specific circumstances. Are you male or female? Young or old? Married or single? Not all have the same roles, responsibilities, or temperaments. Nonetheless, there are some things which we all must do regardless of who we are. St. Paul says in Philippians 4:8, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue, and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. This is a good starting place in answering this question. We cannot fight evil with its own substance. As Christ said in Matthew 26:52, all who take the sword will perish by the sword. Rather, we must fight evil with love. The lives of the Christian martyrs are the proof of this theory. Whether it was pagan emperors, Muslims, or atheist communists, none have been able to quench Christianity, despite how much they have attempted to quench the Christians. The love of Christ is what will enable us to endure in these times. If you are not an Orthodox Christian, start there. In fact, I would argue the rest of this episode is completely irrelevant to you if you are not Orthodox.
Real. If you're a prot, don't watch my show. I'm freaking tired of it, yo. If you're a prot and you've been listening to me and you're still not at least an inquirer at an Orthodox church, don't watch me.
The church is the ark of salvation, and we must not put the cart before the horse. If you are unfamiliar with Orthodoxy, I have other content for you on my channel. What is most essential for everyone is what I've said at length previously. Repent, pray, go to church, confess your sins, read the lives of the saints, and grow in the Orthodox faith. This is the baseline for all else. If we cannot prepare spiritually, we are doomed to fail physically. The spiritual matters are loftier because the war we are fighting, in reality, is a spiritual one. Given the essential role of faith, its vested importance in the future, and the various prophecies regarding America, it may very well be worth considering moving closer to your church community and or to be near a monastery if possible. One thing that I believe to be important for everyone is to audit your information intake. The eyes and ears are the windows to the soul, which we must guard and protect. This is nepsis, a basic spiritual practice of orthodoxy. You should be receiving more edifying things into your soul than darkness, otherwise you cannot help others. Further, the more darkness we consume, the more ammunition we give to the demons to make war with our thoughts. When assessing our information intake, this is where it is important to understand our temperament. Those of us who are prone to anxiety, have addictive behaviors, or are gluttonous should be more vigilant about our information intake. Others might have higher or lower tolerance for how much certain information affects them.
Hey, if it's that important to you, Arnie. If not being Orthodox is that important to you.
This honesty does not equate to weakness. Rather, this introspection makes us stronger because we know how we are best suited to serve Christ and others. Perhaps it is best for men to inform themselves on the realities of the world and to distill...
This ain't church. This is a guy with a show. This isn't sufficient. If you're honestly watching this in lieu of going to church, know that this is not sufficient. Go to church. Become Orthodox.
Pertinent information to the women.
How could this possibly be sufficient? I'm a douchebag on the internet. That's all I am. That's it.
In their lives, so as not to overburden women with stress. Even still, each person must determine for themselves how much they can handle before they start.
Are people actually watching this instead of going to church? Are people actually watching this show and being like, there's my spirituality, did it? Tony mentioned Jesus. Is that real? Message me, Arnie. I've done this for other people. Message me. I'll take a look at them. I can help you through that. I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to. I'll look at the churches. Probably all of them are good. There's a OCA website or an Orthodox website that Snagglebeast has posted. Snagglebeast, if you're here, maybe you can post it again, and maybe we can have somebody in the Discord pin it. That says like which which ones are in communion. Most of them are, but you gotta be careful. You might end up at some weird thing like that weird Ukrainian Orthodox church that what's his name went to. I forget his name. Julian. That Julian went to, and it was like some weird It was not, I don't know what the hell that was, but it claimed to be Orthodox but wasn't. So apparently there are things like that out there. But for the most part, you know, even if you don't want to do that, just start visiting, you know. There's services all the time. Start visiting. Find out for yourself. Go to all 7. 7 churches? Dang, sounds like the book of Revelation. Might as well visit them all.
Feel the weight of the darkness affecting them. It is also important.
It should already be pinned there. Let me look real quick. What, how, what? Where's pinned? Pinned messages. Find an Orthodox parish in your area. Lit. All right. Can a mod post this in chat? Maybe I can do it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Orthodox. If it's not Orthodox, it's not a church.
Important to assess the information in a practical way. For example, it is not necessary to know all of the gory details and expose ourselves to the needless amounts of horror.
Yo, what did the saint say? The saint. What did that saint say? Every Orthodox Christian knows how true this is. When you pray, try to mentally embrace the feet of Christ like the sinful woman. Saint Nectarios. When you pray, try to mentally embrace the feet of Christ like the sinful woman. Do not abandon prayer. Fear negligence. If you pray in the morning with devotion, you will fly all day. But if you go without prayer, the whole day will be off. That's real. Every single one of you know that that's real. Every single one of you has experienced exactly that. Every single Orthodox Christian.
Horrifying imagery regarding the Epstein files. This darkness weighs on our souls. Many of the details of current events can pull us into ideological warfare and distract us from the brute facts of reality. We can also get sucked into the news cycle by listening to hours of podcasts regarding current events. The pertinent details are what matter. Again, how many hours of political analysis are we taking in compared to spiritual content? In the past, I have used fasting seasons such as Lent to step away from political media entirely and refocus myself on Christ. We must be modest about what is realistically in our control and what we can really affect. In my view, this mostly boils down to our personal lives and communities. Now let's talk about some more earthly, practical ways to prepare. I believe it is of essence to be as intentional as possible with our local communities. Begin forming your own circular economies by buying from local businesses and farmers, people you know and trust. Develop strong relationships with family, friends, and those in your church. These relationships will be important in times of uncertainty. On a more obvious level, take good care of your physical health. St. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 6:19 that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, so we ought to treat it as such. Eat real food. Work out. Practical strength training is far more important than bodybuilding, which is very gay. Are you physically capable of running? Think practically of how you want to help those in your community and how you will be ready in worst-case scenarios.
I gotta start running. I gotta learn to run for my life. I gotta get better at running for my life. It's a good skill to have. Running for your life in terror. It's a good skill. I gotta learn that one. I haven't been running for my life lately.
Another important area of life is our financial health. Money is a tool for our survival and should be treated as such, but there are conscious decisions we make that can aid or harm our financial well-being. Do you spend frivolously? Do you have debt? Do you understand how money and the banking system works? I recommend the book The Creature from Jekyll Island, if not.
Based.
In my opinion.
Based. Walking at an incline? Hey, that's what we doing out here, bro. We walking at an incline, but we gonna make it to the top. You know what I mean? Makes you want to listen to Fat Boy.
I'm putting down my foot again. I'm blowing up the sun again. I'm not the battle-worn soldier I thought I was. Might as well go down with the rest of them. No more saying the wrong things. A wooden cross and no wedding ring. I'll let my heart do the talking from now.
It's actually a pretty good idea, Average Redhead. That would make me run really fast. That would make me run so fast. I'm actually thinking that's a good life hack. Jog at night with the Silent Hill soundtrack. That would work. That would actually work. You gotta hack your brain sometimes. You put on your running shoes. You get out there and you put on the Silent Hill soundtrack and you're like, I'm scared. I'm scared. This is working. I'm scared. I'm scared. Running destroys your knees if you're overweight. Speaking from experience. So true. I guess I won't. I'll stand and fight. No, I'm just going to die is what I'm just going to die. I know that. I know I'm just going to be killed. I knew that when I started this channel. They're going to kill me. I've come to terms with it. I know how this ends. It's fine.
This age of fiscal recklessness and uncertainty warrants the consideration of alternative currencies such as Bitcoin. Learning about Bitcoin can aid in
become
learning...
a sumo wrestler. That's a good idea. I'll become a sumo. Get fatter. You know, fat makes bullets not hit your organs. So it's like I'm wearing armor. I like walking anyway. Maria, let's go to the mall and walk for 4 hours, okay?
Why can't we just go in nature?
Nature's full of homeless people. It's like I live in like medieval times and there's freaking ghouls everywhere. And robbers. Yeah.
Are we going to church?
When's church?
6 o'clock.
Oh, for the mid-Pentecost?
Yeah, we got vigil tonight and liturgy in the morning.
Yeah, I should do that.
I just got ready, so.
Can we go to the mall after? No, it'll be closed. It'll be closed and it'll be full of YNs. Go on a hike. They're in the woods too now, nigga. They're hiding behind the trees. Waiting for someone with a fanny pack and jorts to fall into their clutches. Let's run around our yard. All right. Hey, we didn't hit any of my goals. We didn't hit my big goal over there. Hey, we didn't hit my goal. Hey. What the hell? Okay, I got 20 minutes. Do you guys want to hit my goal in 20 minutes? What do I got to do? What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I never see black. I have a friend who told a bunch of priests in my diocese that he was afraid to bring a black person to church because he thought I would kill them. I am not that mean. I actually love everyone. I'm just I'm not like that. That's so crazy. But they did that. They literally did that.
Kylo and Amal super chatted $2.
Thank you, Kyle. Here's your sound. Anyway, so that person who did that, who told a bunch of priests, I'm afraid to bring a black person to church because I think Tony will assault them. Freaking psycho. That's your sound? Ooh, that's your sound.
Italio 6,682 super chatted $10.
I get it. I get why he did that, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about why he might think such a thing. Yeesh. But
At Alexander_Kane super chatted $2.
I don't want to talk about why he thinks that about me. But that guy was going for a hike in the woods with a bunch of disabled kids for his job. Going for a hike in like a normal hiking trail somewhere. And there was a black person walking down with a boombox playing rap music and saying, "Yeah, we in the woods now, nigga. You ain't safe from us. That's right, white boy." Literally doing that in the woods. That's real. That really happened. They're in the woods saying, "You can't escape us." Imagine. Their whole life is defined by wanting to be mean to us. They suck, dude. They freaking suck, dude. I don't know how else to say it. Black people suck. They freaking suck, dude. They suck, dude. I don't want nothing to do with them. They follow you into the woods just to let you know, look, I'm black. Nowhere's safe from me. Who in the world thinks like that besides a freaking goblin?
42 super chatted $5. Tony won't do anything as long as you don't make eye contact.
Thank you, man. Here's your sound. I want to use this sound. This sounds crazy. They've been tricked by the Jews. Are you kidding me? They're reading the same book. They're out here, like I said earlier, the black cries in pain as he strikes you. The black cries in pain as he stomps your head in with 4 YNs. The black cries out in pain as 4 YNs stomp your head in front of a school. The black cries out in pain as he stomps a white woman's head in front of a nightclub. Are you kidding me? They're freaking awful. They suck, dude. I don't want them around. I want them to be Orthodox, but I don't want to freaking, I don't ever want to, I've spent 42 years dealing with these freaking people. I don't want to deal with them ever again. I want nothing to do with them. I want nothing. How tragic for them. Oh, they've been tricked into being violent savages who ruin everything. Aw, poor victim. Poor freaking victim. You guess what? I was tricked into being a freaking cucked white with no kids that hates his skin color. Your trick is different than my trick. Guess what? I was tricked into being so cucked I let a bunch of immigrants into my country to destroy my culture and identity. Oh, but you were tricked into crime? Shut up. Get a better trick. You ain't a victim. F that. F that. Victim status revoked for all blacks, period. Victim status revoked for all black people. Jeez. Now I'm mad. Tango. Tango.
At Kyler and Amal super chatted $2.
Thank you, man. Here's your sound. I've been brainwashed too. You don't see me stomping an old lady's head in about it. I was brainwashed too. That's not a good excuse, black people. I was brainwashed too. We were all brainwashed. Oh, is it not going up? Is the goals not going up? Yeah, I'm talking about this big goal right here. Oh, that's immersion breaking. Oh, that's immersion breaking. Oh. I was tricked into having 10 baby mamas, smoking crack, and stomping niggas' heads in. They tricked me. White supremacy tricked me into having 10 baby mamas, smoking crack, and stomping an old lady's head in on the bus. I was tricked. I was tricked into stabbing a lady in the neck. I got tricked. White people, save me from the consequences of my actions. Make endless excuses for my behavior. I was tricked.
$2. Big goal for Big Tony.
I was freaking tricked into that. Uh-oh, I have AIDS. I was tricked into doing fentanyl and stomping in a white girl's head. I got tricked. I'm a victim. Yo, I'm a victim. We used to execute people like that. Now we feel bad for them? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. I apologize, what? I apologize profusely, but what? I'm a victim of society. Let me out on bail. Does it again. Dang! White supremacy, why you make me do that again? I robbed a liquor store and killed a child. I'm such a victim. Oh, I was brainwashed by white people. I was brainwashed. Oh, no. Me and 10 other guys gang raped and killed somebody. Oh, no, it must be because of slavery. I'm such a victim.
Kyler super chatted $2. Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan made me smoke crack rock. Shucks. If only I wasn't so brainwashed, I wouldn't be ruining everything. Dang it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it again, but I am a victim. You understand, white people. You're completely cucked in all possible ways. You'll make excuses for me forever, right? You'll sit there and pat me on the back for being mediocre. You sit there and lower the bar for me until just not killing someone counts as being a good person, right? You're completely cucked beyond all recognition, right, white people? Yeah, it's okay, black guy. We love you. We love you just for trying. We know how hard it is being black. It's so hard not to do violence to everyone and kill people and rape. We know. It's so hard. That's why if you don't do that, you're like a saint to us. We freaking worship you. We worship the ground you walk on. Nice black! Me. Give me your attention, nice black. Yay, a black is nice to me. Hey, fellow whites, a black is nice to me. He hasn't even killed me. He didn't even stab me. Cockery. Cock. You're a cock. You're a freaking cock, dude. You're a cock. This is not how I want to end the stream, but I do have to leave soon. Don't tee me up like this. You guys are teeing me up.
At Kyler and Amal super chatted $2.
Thank you, Kyle. Here's your sound. Is anybody got to help Kyle? Got 4 minutes to get 10 super chats. Is it even real? 4 minutes to do it. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself to give me money? I don't know if you guys even really believe in yourselves that much. If you really believed in yourself about me, then you would hit that goal in 4 minutes. Don't you? Don't you believe in yourself so hard? Austin believes in himself. Here's your sound, Austin. Does anybody else believe in yourself?
At Austin,
Kyle believes in himself.
682 super chatted $2.
8 more super chats. But I don't know. I don't know if you guys believe in yourself hard enough. Okay.
At Kyler and Amal super chatted $2.
Oh, loser, I don't believe in me. Oh, Average Redhead believes in himself. Cool sound, Average Redhead. Jez Heck believes in himself. Here's your sound, Jez Heck. Alexander Kane believes in himself.
742 super chatted $1.
There's your sound. Do I have to show you guys the thumbnail again? I don't think you're understanding this. Look at this thumbnail. Perseverance. You can do anything if you put your mind to it.
Super chatted $5.
Perseverance. Guys, perseverance. Hold on. Perseverance.
At Alexander _ Kane super chatted $2. Don't give up.
Perseverance, guys. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Perseverance. Here's your sound, Jez Heck.
At Kyla and Amal super chatted $2.
And here's your sound, Austin. And here's your sound, 253 Monty. Oh, you said I've never ever gotten a sound. Please don't give me one because I think it's really cool that I've never gotten one. I should have read that first.
3 Monty super chatted $5.
That's a goal.
I've never ever gotten a sound. Please don't give me one.
Shut up!
I was worried about paying my bills this week. I was worried that I'd be poor. I was worried that I'd be poor. I was worried that I was gonna be poor. I was worried that y'all didn't like me no more. I was worried that I fell off. I'm about to have a day on panic attack cause I thought you wouldn't hit the goal. But you hit the goal. Just now.
That's it, baby. We freaking did everything. We did all of it. I talked about good stuff. I talked about bad stuff. I was goofy and oralist, and then I was angry and oriful. Ornery. Ornery and oriful. We did everything we were supposed to, probably. And I gotta go to church now. It sounds like a great idea for me next. What else you gonna do? Go over there? Finish your show and go over there. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. If you're not Orthodox, become Orthodox. If you are Orthodox, go to church. I gotta figure out somebody to raid. And also I want you guys to look at this thumbnail for a little longer. Alright. While you're looking at that, I'm gonna find somebody to raid. Cleave to antiquity it is, baby! I hope you guys had a good time. And if I did anything bad, I hope you'll forgive me. Wait, is he live or not?
Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't.
Is Cleve live? I think he's live. Okay.
Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me.
Remember perseverance. Perseveravaci. You can do it.
They won't. They won't.
Yes, Stagglebeast, you can do it. Anybody else have any questions before I let you go? Does anybody else have any questions? This is now the time. If you have a question, now's the time. I see all of you thinking real fast. What can I ask? What can I ask? What can I ask? You can't think of anything. You're under pressure. You're caving. You're caving under the pressure. Look, you're about to crash. Uh-oh. Bam. Bye.